with Fred Couples at the American Family Insurance Championship. Fred, can you talk about being back here? You won in 17?
A long time ago. I honestly don't know. I know, did I lose last year to Kelly? That was last year, yeah. Bogey the last hole. I do remember that, but if you ask me what year I won, I don't really remember, but I'm so excited to be back. Love Steve Stricker and Nikki, and it's a great event, and it's a course that I think I've played well every single year that I've come, and as long as I'm able to move, I'd like to keep coming and representing myself and in behalf of Steve and the rest of the guys, but it's a fun spot.
Is there anything in particular about the course that fits your eye or your game?
Well, you know, I grew up in Seattle. We're certainly not in Seattle, and last year I think it was 90 and humid, so that's not Seattle, but this is great weather. It's kind of got that feel, you know, where it's a well-built course. Some holes look a little wide open, but then if you put it in the wrong spot, you know, you're struggling to knock it on the green, and then you get other holes that are really tree-lined, and you've got to hit perfect drives to keep it down some of the channels. But you know, I'm a good iron player. The greens are pretty good and big, and I also putt well from, you know, long distances. So if I do hit a 4 or 5 iron that's 50 feet, you know, I have the knack of hopefully getting it up there and 2-putting and going to the next hole. But you got to make a lot of birdies here, that's for sure.
How would you characterize your form, both in terms of performance and in terms of physically?
Well, physically, I feel really, really good. I had not played in 4 months. I tried to play Newport in the Pro-Am, and that didn't go well. And then I didn't touch a club. And somehow, miraculously, I played at Augusta, and I actually felt pretty good. So then I think I took a couple weeks off, really without playing, and I went to Houston, which is where I went to school, and I played pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I went to Atlanta. I mean, I had a couple shots at catching Fleisch, who was ahead of me, and staying ahead of Tom's, but I tied for second, which was huge. And then last week, I felt like a really, really good week. So I've played little, but I'm kind of excited to play. And I usually don't play a whole lot anyway, but I like playing 2 weeks in a row, where if I don't play well like last week, I know I have 5 or 6 rounds or days of practice where hopefully I got better this week from playing last week.
We're always asking about your back. How about we talk about, you know, is that something you address, you know, on your own with just feel, or how much are doctors involved in terms of telling you what you should be doing and how you should get to the form you want?
Well, I mean, normally I could stop talking to you and walk over there and hit a ball, and something might happen. And then a lot of times I'll get through that day. And then the next day, you know, this is what I tell some friends who have back problems. And the next day, I got to come out and I have to work the ball around. And I fell in Sioux Falls. I fell off the first tee or slipped down the hill and jarred my back. And I hadn't been the same. And I had it worked on maybe 5 times from 2 people who had really helped me in the previous years, and they just couldn't figure it out. And so finally, I just said, I got to rest. And then it just kind of calmed down, but I wasn't even able to swing, which was, you know, kind of fun to get away from it. But now that I actually feel like I'm pretty healthy and I can smash it, which is a good feeling. And you know, I mean, I don't tell a lot of people, but family knows and Cheney knows that, you know, there's only really one way that any of us really want to play. And then when you get to a point, if you can't continue to do that, you know, for me, then I don't really want to compete with myself trying to be better than I can possibly be. I like to compete with the other 78 guys and you know, make sure that if I'm in second, the guy who beats me does well to beat me, and if I'm in 30th, the guy who finishes 29th better, you know, birdie or par of the last hole to beat me. So that's my feeling on this, and I want to stay healthy. If it goes away again, then I'll just rest it out, but I don't have that many more years of this, and I want to win one more time badly.
But is the longevity effort much harder than you ever imagined when you're, you know, or you probably never even thought to this point in your life, but, you know, as you were coming up, I mean, it does seem like that is what everybody's chasing here, is trying to see how long they can do it.
Well, I mean, I only won 1 time in my 40s, I think, maybe twice, but I know for one in Houston. And then I think I was a typical guy who said, you know, when I turned 50, I don't want to keep traveling. I mean, I got on the tour when I was 20, almost 21. And then when I turned 50, I actually like it better than the regular tour. I think it's, I mean, as you look down the line, you know everyone for 20 years or pretty much. When you get paired with them, you know, you're always playing with top players. And not that you don't on the regular tour. I'm making it sound like we're better than the regular tour. What I'm saying is I just know them all so well, and it's more fun for me. I only can speak for myself. I think turning 50 was a blessing to come out here and play.
Is there a guy on this tour that you look at and say, if I had his body, I could play till I was 80?
Well, I'm planning on playing till I'm 80, or I'm going to kill my manager. He knows that. He knows that. And so if he does die, people are going to come looking for me, because I've said I'm not going to play this until I can't, and then can't play with all my friends every other day. So is there anyone? I mean, you know, look, here's Tom Pernice, who's as fit as anyone, still playing. I think we're close to the same age, but the longevity means, you know, that you're healthy and you can continue to play well for me. Langer is a freak show. Jay Haas is amazing, who just shot a couple shots under his age. And I played with him in Atlanta, and he was on the same pace to beat me. And he had a couple bad holes in 17, 18, but the first 52 were unreal. So it just depends on, you know, who you're looking for or who you're looking at. There's so many good players out here. And it's a tour. Most of the time you get a winner that's won before. I don't even know why I'm saying that, but first year winners are difficult. And once they get the taste of it, then they continue to win. I mean, Scott Perel is a guy that I just love to watch hit balls. Up until he turned 50, I'd never even seen his name or heard of him. And out here, he's as good as anybody.
And when you win again, will that change?
I'll be gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Out the door?
Yes. So hopefully Sunday night, I will be gone.
That's it?
That's it.
Cold turkey
It's
gone?
a pretty simple thing.
Wow.
That's why I keep choking on all these times. Five-shot lead in Seattle a few years ago, and I wouldn't have won anyway, but Brant Jobe shot, I think, 63. But yeah, I'm done.
When you do win, won't you want to say one more? No?
Augusta too?
I might play. I'm already bouncing out of it. I might play. Well, there I would like to go for a couple more years.
Okay.
But Strickers and Furyks and
Yeah.
you know, I'm leaving out. We have other. Jerry Kelly represents Tucson tournament. So there's other guys. I'm leaving a few names out, but I think if we had all tournaments named after players, I would probably play them all. I really would, and I think we should do that. I honestly think that a player such as Ernie Els should have a tournament in Florida. I don't know why we don't, but if he did, he's 6'4", 240. He's going to come up, and I'm going to look at him and say, "No, Ernie, I'm not playing." That might cause a problem.
Everyone's got some ache or pain on this tour. Is it the guys to beat are the healthiest guys by and large week to week?
I've been playing the last few weeks, and Stephen Alker's been out, and I did play with him last week, and I shot 69. I think he shot 64, so we were 12 under as a team.
Yeah.
And it was easy. He's 50. Or 51 maybe now. I don't know. He's in perfect shape, but he hits it. He's not here. We had a chit chat about that. I said, you know, I really did. If you ask him, I said, "You're skipping Stricker's tournament?" And he looked at me like, "Yeah, I got a family obligation." I went, "Okay, that's okay." But now there's one less guy to beat, so I'm fine with it. And I think